So, you know that? Well, how about we make it bad?
Do you ever wonder how a game on a console might work on a phone? And the answer is, it wouldn't. So, to accommodate for this, after the game industry learned their lesson, because they're still porting console games on mobile, just straight conversions, companies started to learn the mobile ecosystem. And that's how we got here. Yes, mobile iterations of console series, basically either doing something original with the franchises to make a new fun way of playing a game on a mobile device, or a carbon copy of another mobile game. There is no in between. So to start out, let's see what Nintendo has made in terms of games on mobile. The game of Super Mario Run. This game starts out in a similar way most new Super games start out, which is probably not a coincidence because it reuses assets for those games. Bowser ruining crap and we have to stop him. Man, this is super original. Basically, this is an auto runner where you jump at the right time. Honestly, the connection between this and New Super Mario Bros. Is kind of noticeable, especially because of the double jumps and graphical style. And it doesn't play perfectly, but plays decently enough for a mobile game. In terms of the levels, the first world is playable for free, and the rest you have to pay for, which is pretty fair. And the levels themselves in World 1 bring some variety, the first one being basic plains level, the second being underground, and the third being a sky level, which is honestly a nice balance. But outside of that, you get a pretty decent mobile Mario game, and not much more. Now after that, we got Fire Emblem Heroes. What the heck is that? Yeah, it's some mobile version of the gameplay of Fire Emblem, but with microtransactions, and with other scummy tactics. But to my knowledge, it's actually well received, so I don't know, maybe it's okay, but I'm sure not trying it. Next we have the absolute smash hit, that was Pokemon Go. You most likely already know. It's a game where you catch Pokemon in your real life area, and yeah, I'd honestly say this is the best Nintendo game that Nintendo's done on mobile. It definitely is less greedy with the microtransactions. Yes, they are still here, but they're a bit more few and far between. And the wide range of Pokemon that you can actually catch really keeps it going. But this game does have a pretty high death rate because, you know, you can't catch them all safely. But yeah, pretty good. Next, Dragalia Lost. What the heck? Yeah, apparently it's an RPG that I think is an original property with microtransactions, of course. And a story, I guess? That's kind of weird for mobile. Yeah, this one's weird. I really don't care to play it. Let's just move on. Then we have Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, where it's a campground. You have to build places to get more visitors. Not anything too special. It's kind of an easy game for them to make, because it reuses assets from New Leaf, but it's not bad, and its monetization strategy isn't too scummy. You have to just wait for things to happen if you don't want to pull out any money. It can be grueling to wait, but at least it's better than the plague. Mario Kart Tour. So Mario Kart Tour is a continuously updated Mario Kart mobile game, where different courses rotate in and out, ranging from new courses with mostly real-life city themes, and old courses possibly with changes. And yeah, what they'll do is just reverse or add some random platforms. That's kinda it. And I can't commend the city courses, because there are some good ones sprinkled in there. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC showed me that. But besides that, this game just kinda
sucks, okay? It sucks.
I just realized I haven't said anything this whole video.
Shut up, I'm trying to be mad.
The controls, yeah, it's kind of weird. You have to kind of slide your finger across the screen, and it's frustrating, honestly. Like, sometimes I'll turn too much, and it gets way too weird for my liking. And the courses are good, but they just feel terrible to play on because of the crappy controls. And the biggest part about this game sucks is the shop. First of all, a subscription service has more than Switch Online Basic Plan. What? And 200cc is allowed behind the paywall. Double what? And there's a loot boxes to unlock characters, so you don't know where you're gonna get. And you have to buy it. Triple what? And you don't get Mario by default.
Why would I have to unlock the character who's in the title of the series? This isn't John Kart.
Yeah, this game is just so scummy, and don't waste your time with this game. It's bad. Not for the latest Nintendo mobile game, Pikmin Bloom. It's another Pokemon Go type game by the same devs. I don't have a lot of information besides you get different Pikmin, and I guess you have to get steps? I don't know, it's not bad. My friend the Terrorist Trooper plays it, so that's how you know it's good. So yeah, that's all Nintendo's mobile games. They range from good to mad to Mario Kart Tour. So now I want to take a look at Sonic's attempts at making his way into the mobile space. So the first Sonic mobile game is Sonic Jump, and Sega went, you know Doodle Jump? Yeah, let's just copy that and make it $3. Yeah, it's basically Doodle Jump with Sonic characters and themes. It's fine. It's just Doodle Jump with Sonic characters, like, that's literally it. Some platforming akin to Sonic, but it's just Doodle Jump, and Doodle Jump is free. Or if it's not free, it's a freaking $1. You know, Sonic Dash, and this is mostly just Temple Run, but I'd say it's at least good enough twist. It has Sonic elements and enemies. You have to get progress and unlock more characters, and there are boss fights. I'm not saying they're great. Most of them are from Sonic Lost World for some reason, but they're fine, and I think it's a decent mobile game. Now the sequel, which is much less supported, as the first game still gets updates, and this one really only gets bug fixes now. Now this one is based off the Sonic Boom TV show on Cartoon Network, which was airing around the same time as this game's release. And it's fine. It's the same gameplay with some Sonic Boom-esque kind of areas. And I do say esque because I don't really know if these came from the game or the show. And I'm leaning more on the Wii U game just from what I've seen of it, because how would this be translated into a TV show? Yeah, it's fine. Not amazing. You know, that's kind of it. There have been other games, like the Mario and Sonic games, but only with Sonic characters and same minigames, but adjusted to phones, which are pretty pointless, honestly. And some Apple Arcade games, which I'm not paying for that crap service. Now Tetris is literally Tetris with a time mode, a marathon mode, which is normal, and basically a version of Tetris 99. It's Tetris. Moving on. Now what about Pac-Man 256?
Wait a minute, Pac-Man's an arcade game.
Look, Siri, I'm stretching the rules for Pac-Man. It still counts.
Cheater?
You will never be happy, will you?
Now, I already brought this up on my Pac-Man Museum Plus video, but this is an essentially endless Pac-Man game, where you escape the 256 level glitch from the original Pac-Man. And then with the power-ups being able to kill ghosts easily, and eating fruit multiplies your score, making it more satisfying to collect fruit more than ever before. And yeah, it plays well on mobile. This is original home before it came to console without the microtransactions. And I'd much rather play that version because I kind of want to pay for the full experience. But it's very good, no matter where you play it, really. Now Crash Bandicoot on the Run. Now this game basically takes Crash and its numerous abilities, but applies it to a temple run type game with levels, vice versa. They all center around different bosses, and they're normally pretty easy, but Crash does feel fluid to control with his jumping. Spin move, definitely a move you can't not have in a Crash game. And yeah, it definitely feels like Crash, especially because of all the movesets and themes for Crash and Wumpa Fruit, but the boss fights themselves, when you actually finish a level, are really unengaging. Like, you just kind of avoid some projectiles and frustrate them when you get close. Bada bing, bada boom, you did it.
Now do it again!
There's also gem challenges, which have you collecting all the Wumpa Fruit and defeating all the enemies in the stage, and they're okay. But bad for me as someone who's not even the best at Crash Bandicoot. And there's more and more levels past that, and they bring more and more Crash-like stuff to the table, and it's fine. It's an okay game, just not something I'm yearning to play. And that goes for most mobile games in general for me, because if I want portable Mario Kart, well, I can play Mario Kart 8. And if I wanted to play Animal Crossing, I could play New Horizons. If I wanted to play Crash, for Christ's sake, I would play Insane Trilogy.
Yeah, it's fine for a quick distraction, but I'm sticking with this for my portable gaming fix.
I can play games.
Do you think I care about you playing games?
No.